Hello once again. You may have seen my video which I had uploaded 2 days ago about starting my Honda Jazz after 1 month of lying unused. The main reason why the car was lying unused because of the hardened clutch. This car is 1,10,000 kilometers old and the clutch was never replaced throughout its life. And it's a petrol 1.2, so it's not very powerful. So it puts a lot of stress on the clutch in inclines and in traffic. So finally it went for a service yesterday. I got it back today and as you can see the result is amazing, especially the washing. It feels like the car is detailed even though it's not. Mind you, I have not gone for any exterior polish or interior polish. I'll show you the interior shortly, but I'm quite impressed. Like, people still come and tell me it still looks like a brand new car, but actually it's a 10 years old car. So I always service my cars in authorized service centers because I trust them more than anybody else. Because if you give it to a local mechanic, you have to keep an eye on him again and again, and you always have that constant fear that your car will be misused or the parts will be altered. These things do happen in official service centers also, but the probability is quite less. For such an old car, the service bill was quite within the budget. I had to replace my clutch and the general fluids change, like the oil, the other lubricants which are in the car. So I was expecting the bill to be around 15,000 bucks, but Honda surprised me that the bill was only 9,903 rupees. And like, when they replaced the clutch, they honestly told me that the release bearing was completely fine, so they didn't replace that, and that saved a lot of money as well, around 1,500 rupees. So I like their honesty, and yeah, I opted for the pickup and drop service as well. So they picked up the car, not on time, 2 hours late actually, yeah, but they picked up the car for me. They were even ready to drop it back today, but I preferred to go myself because I wanted to see if the work done is right or not. Because if the car comes home then I realize that something's wrong, then it's quite difficult to get it corrected. Work is completely faultless, and I like the honesty of Honda's service centers. Like, I had lost my this pen around 6 to 7 months ago, and I just realized that after Honda found it for me and kept it here for me again. This bottle, I was expecting them to throw this away as it's expired, so I think eye drops, yeah, but they even kept that. And you can see the whole interior is nicely cleaned and polished. They have applied polish everywhere, even when I didn't opt for any interior polishing, so that's very nice of them. Since 2010, this car has always gone to the Honda service center. It has never visited a local mechanic apart from minor electrical things which need to be sorted out, like the horn, because since this is a Honda, I not even replaced a single bulb in the car. That's how reliable it is and well engineered the car is. We were looking for an ideal replacement for our Tata Indica. Actually, my mom wanted a car to use. We checked out the Hyundai Eon, the Maruti Alto. They were around 4 lakh rupees, I think, back in 2014. But suddenly, we just had an idea that we had just got the news that our family friend is selling this beautiful car. So why not make him an offer, like, we want this car? Because I remember I was in the school, I think in 8th or 9th standard, and I had sat in this car in day one. Like, there were all plastics in the car, and that's how exactly the car was looking, obviously apart from the scratches. So I consider myself quite lucky that I have seen this car from my school days. I have done my college in this. Now I'm doing my post-graduation, so it's always with me. I purchased this car back in 2014 at a price tag of 2.90 lakh rupees. Yeah, that's quite cheap because Honda was offering him 3.20 lakhs, but as a goodwill he gave us at 2.90 lakh rupees, and the original plan was to keep this car for a year and then sell it off because it's an old car, so we were expecting many problems and niggles. After owning this car for 4 to 5 years, we just realized that we were supposed to sell this car and buy a new one. But this turned out to be so reliable, so reliable. In fact, I don't want to name them, but there are many brand new cars which don't offer the reliability of this 10 years old Honda. When we bought this car back in 2014, it already had 76,000 kilometers on the clock, and my friends were like, why are you buying such an old car? It's already 4 years old and it has already done 76,000 kilometers. And talking about other maintenance factors, since we purchased the car, I have replaced the front brake pads, I have replaced the tie rods, I replaced the clutch right now, which I think I am saying the third time, and nothing else. I repeatedly ask the Honda guys how is the suspension. They always tell me it's fine. It should last up to 1,50,000 kilometers easily. Now coming back to the features of the car, it has got all electric windows, central locking with remote locking. It has air conditioning system, heater, blah blah blah, manual anti-glare mirror. The only thing which I feel missing is maybe Bluetooth connectivity. I have the aux cable, but it's not really possible to, make and receive calls with the aux cable, and it doesn't have a USB port. It has a charging port, but it doesn't have a USB port. So it's a pretty much maintenance free car. The engine is amazing, the refinement is amazing, the brakes are great, the performance is kind of average. You really need to extract a lot of rest from the engine to get the real power out of it. Yeah, but once it's in the power band, it's a pretty fast car. And the best thing about the car is the air conditioning system, because even if it's like 40 degrees outside, it chills the cabin in no time. So guys, that's my experience of the 2010 Honda Jazz, and I don't think now I'm going to sell it ever, because these type 1 Honda Jazzes are becoming quite rare. Maybe not in bigger cities like Mumbai and Delhi, but in smaller towns these are quite rare cars. And I can see, like today in the service center there was only one Jazz like this, and that makes it a very unique car. So I wanted to keep this review short and simple, unlike my Vento's review, which was too long, 25 minutes actually. It was a movie, not a review. Yeah, so I think I should now sign off.